The history of Saudi Arabia is a fascinating journey spanning millennia, revealing the deep roots of a modern nation. This journey has been shaped by a complex interplay of empires, trade dynamics, profound religious beliefs, and more recently, the transformative impact of oil. Strategically located at the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, the region has always been a crossroads of civilizations. Over the centuries, it has witnessed the rise and fall of countless cultures and powers, each leaving an indelible mark on its rich historical fabric. The first traces of human settlement on the Arabian Peninsula date back thousands of years, testifying to an ancient and continuous presence. Among the most significant cultures that thrived in this land were the ancient Thamud, known for their rock inscriptions and their presence in the northwest. Equally important were the Nabateans, a Semitic people distinguished by their extraordinary commercial and architectural skills. The Nabateans, in particular, were masters of caravan routes, and their rock hewn cities, such as the famous Petra, although outside present day borders, reflect their influence and presence in northern Arabia. This area was a crucial crossroads for trade routes connecting east and west. These routes facilitated an intense exchange of precious goods, including incense, exotic spices, and fine silk, making the peninsula a hub of cultural and economic interaction. A turning point in the history of the Arabian Peninsula was the advent of Islam in the 7th century AD. This event not only redefined the religious landscape but also radically transformed the political and social landscape. The city of Mecca, located in present day Saudi Arabia, is universally recognized as the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad and the cradle of the new faith. With his rise, Mecca quickly became the spiritual and religious center of Islam, attracting pilgrims from all over the world. The spread of the new faith led to an unprecedented unification of the Arabian Peninsula, overcoming pre existing tribal divisions. This unification occurred under the aegis of the Islamic Caliphate, establishing a central authority that would have significant consequences. Its impact profoundly affected the region's culture, politics, and economy, laying the foundation for an era of great expansion and influence. In the centuries following the Golden Age of the Caliphate, the Arabian Peninsula was ruled by a succession of powerful external empires. These included the Abbasids, who moved their center of power to Baghdad, the Fatimids, with their influence from Egypt, and finally the Ottomans, who extended their dominion over vast swathes of the Islamic world. Despite the presence of these external governments, the peninsula's interior often remained fragmented and difficult to control. Different tribes and local principalities constantly struggled for power and autonomy, maintaining a complex and dynamic political landscape. This internal fragmentation allowed the development of distinct local identities, even under the umbrella of larger empires. Their peripherality from the imperial centers of power helped preserve a certain cultural and social independence. The 18th century marked the beginning of a transformative era with the rise of the Saudi dynasty, destined to shape the region's future. This dynasty strategically allied itself with the Wahhabi religious movement founded by Muhammad ibn Abd al Wahhab. Wahhabism is a rigorous and puritanical interpretation of Sunni Islam, advocating a return to the fundamental principles of the faith. This powerful alliance between the political power of the Sauds and the religious fervor of Wahhabism led to the formation of the first Saudi state. The new state expanded rapidly, consolidating its control over vast swathes of the Arabian Peninsula through a combination of military conquest and religious proselytism. However, its expansion was ultimately thwarted and defeated by the forces of the Ottoman Empire, which saw its authority in the region threatened. The 19th century was a period of intense turbulence and instability for the Arabian Peninsula, marked by constant conflict and power struggles. The Saudi dynasty, despite suffering a significant defeat, did not surrender and fought strenuously to reassert its influence and rebuild its state. This century saw the rise and fall of a second Saudi state, which, though short lived, demonstrated the resilience and determination of the Saud family. Regional powers and external empires continued to exert pressure, making political stability difficult. Despite the adversity, the foundations for future unification were slowly laid through tribal alliances and the persistence of the Wahhabi ideal. This period of reconstruction and conflict was crucial in forging the identity and determination that would characterize the subsequent phase of unification. In the 20th century, a charismatic and determined figure emerged who would forever change the fate of the Arabian Peninsula: Abd al Aziz ibn Saud. With his rise, modern Saudi Arabia began to take shape, overcoming centuries of fragmentation and conflict. Ibn Saud, possessing extraordinary military and political prowess, embarked on a decades long campaign to unify the diverse tribes and regions under a single banner. Through a combination of diplomacy, strategic marriages, and military conquests, he consolidated his power. The culmination of these efforts was the founding of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 1932, an event that marked the birth of a new nation. This act of unification ended a long period of instability, ushering in an era of relative peace and development under the Saudi dynasty. The discovery of oil in 1938 radically transformed the country, propelling it from a predominantly desert and tribal reality to a global economic powerhouse. The enormous wealth derived from this black gold enabled rapid and profound modernization in every sector of society. Infrastructure, education, and healthcare services experienced unprecedented development. Saudi Arabia quickly rose to prominence on the international stage, becoming an indispensable player in the global energy market. Its influence extended far beyond the economy, consolidating its position as a leader in the Arab and Islamic world. Its eventful and transformative history continues to shape its future, making it a nation of growing strategic and cultural importance.